finish, one step closer to a 50-win season. Jalen Green.
Those two, the Rockets have done that. They're 27-11 versus opponents below 500.
Picked up by Thompson. Ahead to Jalen Green.
Before becoming a star for the Houston Rockets, Green was already a phenomenon, dropping out of school to head straight to the G League, earning $500,000 at just 18 years old, and now he's the greatest hope for a team craving glory. But behind the fiery dunks and explosive play style, Green also stunned the world by falling in love with a woman 17 years his senior, a successful, famous, and far more experienced individual. What propelled this kid, once scraping by, to the top? Innate talent, hard work, or something else? And how could a young athlete win over a woman who has it all: career, status, and life experience? Let's dive into the spectacular journey of Jalen Green, from basketball and money to a love that defies all boundaries. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you won't miss out on more exciting content.
I'm Jalen Green. I'm ranked #1 in the nation.
Dropping out to pursue professional basketball. Jalen Green's childhood wasn't a dazzling fairy tale from the start. It was the journey of a boy facing hardships, pressures, and big dreams in a world that wasn't always kind. Born on February 9, 2002, in Merced, California, Jalen grew up in small towns like Livingston and later Fresno, places where life didn't come with much spotlight. His mother, Bree Perganan, a Filipino nurse, and his stepfather, Marcus Green, a former basketball player, laid the foundation for his love of sports. But don't picture a cushy, well-off family. They were regular working people struggling to nurture their son's dreams. As a kid, Jalen didn't have fancy basketball shoes or pristine courts. In an interview with GQ, he recalled, "Everything I've got, I built from nothing." Endless afternoons on Fresno's public courts, cracked pavement, hoop nets long gone, were where he honed his skills. Can you imagine it? A scrawny kid, drenched in sweat, shooting hoops for hours under California's blistering sun just because he believed one day it would all pay off. Maybe you've had days like that too, chasing a passion no one else believed in. But Jalen's childhood wasn't all sweat and hope. He once described Fresno as a crab bucket, a place where people pull you down when you try to climb up. The jealousy, the snide remarks from friends or neighbors sometimes left him feeling alone. "They thought I was cocky when I started getting noticed," Jalen confessed. That might stir memories for you, times you were misunderstood, just trying to prove your worth. Still, Jalen didn't give up. He moved to prolific prep in Napa to chase his dream, leaving behind family and familiarity. A tough call for a 16-year-old. Success came early, but so did pressure. At 15, Jalen was already a star at San Joaquin Memorial High School, fielding dozens of offers from big colleges like Arizona and USC. That spotlight was both a motivator and a burden. He once told Bleacher Report that friends treated him like an NBA player, but deep down, he was just a kid who loved basketball, Skittles, and High School Musical. That innocence, amid the struggles and expectations, would later touch the hearts of millions of fans. Before entering the NBA, Jalen took a different path, skipping college to join the G League Ignite. It was a huge gamble, but also proof of the fearless spirit his childhood forged in him. From practicing on rundown courts to the bright lights of pro arenas, Jalen Green embodies the American dream, a story where any of us, at any age, might see a piece of ourselves. If his childhood built his persistence, the professional stage tested his true grit. No more casual games or empty praise. Green had to prove himself against seasoned rivals, ready to shove him into a corner for every point. But in that harsh environment, a tougher Jalen Green was forged, a warrior unafraid of contact, ready to erupt when the moment struck. A slow start with pressure on his shoulders. Green chose the G League Ignite path at 18, a bold move, almost a bet on his own future. There, he faced bigger, more experienced players who didn't hesitate to box him out. Averaging 17.9 points per game in the 2020-21 season, Jalen didn't just survive. He showed he could shine. even if that light flickered at times through darker days. The turning point came in 2021 when the Houston Rockets picked him second in the NBA draft. His 2021-22 rookie season was a real test. Jalen started modestly, averaging 14 points in the first half of the season with shaky shooting. The pressure weighed on the 19-year-old's shoulders as whispers grew. Is he really worth it? But then, like a quiet storm building strength, Jalen erupted in March 2022. He dropped 30 points in 5 straight games, a feat only Allen Iverson had matched among rookies since 1997. His 41-point outburst against the Atlanta Hawks was a crystal-clear answer. Jalen wasn't just here to play. He was here to win. In the 2022-23 season, he kept climbing, averaging 22.1 points per game. Some nights, he soared with 42 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Others, he sat on the bench, eyes heavy after missed shots. That inconsistency was once a blemish, but it also showed a heart that never stopped learning. "I'm not afraid to fail. I'm afraid of not trying," he told The Athletic. That mindset carried him through rough patches, steadily carving his name into the league's toughest arena. By the 2024-25 season, Jalen truly came of age. On October 21, 2024, he signed a 3-year, $106 million extension with the Rockets, a milestone reflecting the team's faith in him. To date, he's averaging 21.5 points per game, leading the Rockets to an 8-game win streak to start 2025. Clutch moments, like a 30-point, 13-assist game against the Philadelphia 76ers, show he's no longer just a scorer. He's a bona fide leader. From Fresno's cracked public courts to the NBA's dazzling lights, Jalen Green has penned a tale of relentless ascent, no matter the odds. But glory on the court is only part of his story. Off the hardwood, Jalen Green is crafting a legacy beyond basketball, an ambitious financial empire. From million-dollar deals to lavish assets, he's not just earning from his talent, he's turning it into a symbol of success. A mansion with an NBA-grade basketball court. Though he didn't start out wealthy, Jalen Green has turned every drop of sweat on the court into a solid financial empire. When he signed his $40.8 million rookie deal with the Houston Rockets, it wasn't just a number on paper. It was the realization of years of dogged pursuit of his NBA dream. But that was only the beginning. On October 21, 2024, Jalen locked in a 3-year, $105.3 million extension, pocketing an average of $35.1 million a year, a figure he could have only dreamed of as a kid in Fresno. For the 2024-25 season alone, he's earned $12.48 million, a fitting reward for grueling practices, missed shots turned into fuel, and proving doubters wrong time and again. Real estate, where dreams turn real. With his massive earnings from basketball, Jalen didn't just stash it in the bank. He turned it into tangible assets, namely lavish real estate. As an NBA star, he knows a home isn't just a place to live. It's a statement of success. While he hasn't publicized his property portfolio, with his income, it's easy to picture Jalen owning a multi-million-dollar mansion in Houston, Texas, the hub of his career. If there's a spot fit for an ambitious young baller like Jalen, it's likely River Oaks or the Woodlands, Houston's ritziest neighborhoods. A $2 to $5 million home there wouldn't just be a retreat, it'd be a private fortress for living large. Picture this. Automatic gates swinging open to a sprawling estate, manicured lawns, and a stone-paved driveway leading to a sleek, modern mansion. Inside, a grand living room with soaring ceilings, plenty of space so Jalen doesn't feel cramped, stretching out after a long game day. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls flood the place with natural light, spotlighting premium walnut floors, imported marble counters, and a Swarovski crystal chandelier. A private theater with a 120-inch screen, perfect for kicking back with blockbusters or rewatching his own game highlights. An infinity pool out back where he can unwind under Texas's scorching summer sun. But the real gem? An indoor basketball court, custom-built to NBA specs. It's not just a practice space, it's where he hosts friends for pickup games or simply soaks in his love for hoops at home. A personal gym decked out with top-tier gear, from pro-grade treadmills to a cryotherapy tub for post-game muscle recovery. Not stopping at Houston, Jalen might have also snapped up property in California, where he grew up. A $4 to $6 million penthouse in Los Angeles would be the perfect spot to soak in the glitzy entertainment life during downtime. From a skyscraper's top floor in Beverly Hills or West Hollywood, he could sip cocktails by a private pool, gaze at the city's twinkling lights, or throw intimate parties with friends and teammates. Supercars. Speed meets success. Beyond real estate, cars are another irresistible passion for a young star like Jalen Green. With his fast, explosive style on the court, he's got to have matching horsepower off it. Imagine a Lamborghini Urus parked in his garage, a $230,000 sport SUV with a 641 horsepower engine rocketing from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds. It's the perfect ride to roll up to the arena or turn heads at big events. For pure class, a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon is a must-have. Starting at $150,000, this luxury SUV screams success and fits an NBA player needing room to stretch out. And rounding out the collection, maybe a Porsche 911 Turbo S, $207,000 worth of thrill, feeding his need for speed on Texas's wide-open roads. Endorsements. Fame turns to cash. Jalen doesn't just make bank on the court or through investments. He's cashing in on his fame with major endorsement deals. He's a face for Adidas, Coinbase, Google, and Liquid Death, raking in millions annually. With over 2.4 million Instagram followers, a single post can net him tens of thousands. A brand like Adidas might shell out $500,000 to $1 million a year to see Jalen rock their signature kicks on the court. Tech giants like Google don't miss the chance to team up with a young influencer either, especially as the NBA's global reach grows. But if money only bought houses and cars, that'd just be the surface of extravagance. Fashion, entertainment, and lavish experiences are where Jalen's personal stamp shines. He doesn't just live, he makes every day a performance that demands attention. Spending millions on pets. First off, let's talk Jalen's fashion obsession, not your average corner store threads. He's the guy dropping thousands on Louis Vuitton or Gucci fits, one-of-a-kind designs only a handful of people worldwide own. In a 2021 PhilStar interview, Jalen said he loves elevating his off-court style, and now, as a millionaire, he turns every outing into his own runway. Bet you've daydreamed about strutting in pricey gear. All eyes on you. Jalen lives that daily, no hesitation when swiping his card for standout pieces. But it doesn't stop there. He dives deep into luxe digital entertainment too. A hardcore gamer, Jalen burns cash on top-tier gaming setups and the hottest titles. From custom PCs with ultra-sharp curved screens to limited edition headsets, he doesn't just play, he immerses. Think back to your Super Nintendo or first PlayStation days. Jalen takes that thrill to new heights, where every match is a pricey adventure, rivaling a Maldives getaway. And if you think he's all about staying indoors, listen up. Jalen loves hanging with friends in the most extravagant ways. Per PhilStar, he's called quality time with his crew a simple joy. But don't get it twisted. This isn't cheap pizza nights. He foots the bill for private dinners at Houston's swankiest spots, where menus hit hundreds per head and premium wine flows freely. Those are nights of big laughs and living large, something we've all wished for when money's no object. What else? Jalen's got a soft spot for his pup future. In a PhilStar chat, he shared the joy of caring for it. But for Jalen, care isn't just kibble. He splurges on blinged-out collars and high-end pet spa days, turning future into a four-legged prince. At our age, who hasn't adored a pet? Jalen just elevates it to luxe living art. These are Jalen Green's hobbies and passions, dug up from various sources. If you're curious for more behind-the-scenes details, we encourage digging into other outlets for the most accurate scoop. But a lavish life doesn't always mean universal praise. When Jalen stepped into controversial romances, the eyes on him shifted from admiration to judgment. Love with a woman. Decades older. The biggest storm hit when Jalen went public with Drea Michelle, an actress and fashion designer 17 years older than him. Rumors swirled by mid-2023, but when Drea gave birth to their daughter Light in May 2024, social media erupted. For those who've seen life's dramas, this wasn't just unusual, it was a shock. A 21-year-old kid fathering a child with a near-40 woman. How? Echoed across X, paired with jabs calling Jalen a gold digger or immature. Drea, known from Basketball Wives LA, carried a less than pristine rep to some, and Jalen was accused of lowering himself by linking up with her. Disappointment flooded in. Here was the guy pegged as the NBA's future, now letting his personal life overshadow his talent. It didn't stop there. Rumors that Jalen fathered a kid with someone else before Light fanned the flames. Model Maya Yafai hinted on Instagram in 2023 that Jalen was her baby's dad, though no proof surfaced. True or not, it trashed his public image further. People stopped seeing him as a pro athlete and started viewing him as a reckless young guy, led astray by NBA money and fame into romantic messes. Who wouldn't be mad watching a talent like that smear himself? On the court, Jalen couldn't dodge controversy either. In the 2024-25 season, despite averaging 21.5 points per game, he caught flack for inconsistency and not living up to his number one. 2 draft pick hype. Rockets fans on X branded him a selfish scoring machine, all flash and no team play. When he missed the 2025 All-Star nod despite claiming he deserved it, folks mocked him. Confident how, when your life's messier than your game? That arrogance plus off-court drama turned Jalen from idol to question mark. From criticism to prying eyes, it all piled onto Jalen. But one truth stands. He's not just an NBA player. He's a young man stepping into fatherhood with all its challenges and duties. Fathering kids with 2 different women. Jalen Green isn't married, but his love life's never been simple. Since 2023, he's been tied to Drea Michelle, the Basketball Wives LA star, 17 years his senior. Per People on May 19th, 2024, they welcomed their daughter on May 12th, 2024, a moment that flipped Jalen's world. If you've been a parent, you get it. A tiny life in your arms, sparkling eyes looking up, a whole future ahead. Amid the NBA's glare and millions watching, Jalen surely felt confusion and worry, but above all, love for his little girl. Yet, just months earlier, on February 12, 2024, another child entered the world. Jalen's with Maya Iacopo, a California student. Per Daily Mail on May 17, 2024, in 3 months, Jalen became a dad twice over from 2 separate relationships. It's a journey even seasoned adults might struggle to fathom. His bond with Drea hasn't dodged controversy, mostly over their age gap. Media, social platforms, even some fans chimed in with mixed takes. But despite the chatter, they've stuck together. In a 2024 TMZ Sports interview, Drea fired back, "2 adults in love? What's wrong with that?" No flashy social media flexing or private moment showboating, but their connection shines through small details. Drea quietly cheers Jalen from the Rockets stands, and Jalen, skipping grand words, tattooed her name on his stomach, a love mark needing no explanation, per Page 6 in March 2024. With Maya Iacopo, it's a different tale. She's stayed low-key, dodging the media spotlight, focusing on motherhood without meddling in Jalen's life, per TMZ in 2024. But fatherhood's more than a title, it's duty. At 23, Jalen's not just keeping peak form on the court, he's learning to juggle personal life and career. Grueling games, NBA pressure, public jabs, and late nights rocking a baby to sleep. Leaving the noise behind, Jalen Green isn't just scoring points. He's crafting a bigger story of ambition, legacy, and a young guy turning pressure into fuel to transform his life and those around him. Building free basketball camps. Since being drafted second in the 2021 NBA draft, he's become a Rockets icon. In the 2024-25 season, he's averaging 21.3 points per game, leading the team in scoring, per Sports Illustrated on March 26, 2025. His plays, icy three-pointers to soaring dunks, don't just thrill fans, they inspire millions of kids in Fresno, where he grew up and beyond. I remember watching hoops with my kid, wishing for a Jalen to look up to. Young, fierce, unafraid. He's sparking passion in the next generation. But what really gets me is how Jalen uses his fame to lift others. In 2023, he teamed up with Houston's Space City Kids, hosting free basketball camps for underprivileged youth. Per the Houston Chronicle on June 15, 2023, Jalen didn't just fund it. He showed up, teaching moves, joking with the kids. Picture him, an NBA star, sitting down to hear a slum kid's dreams. That moment likely changed lives. At our age, who doesn't get the value of giving back, especially when you've come from nothing? Jalen's also stood up for his community. In 2022, he joined the Fresno Youth Empowerment event, raising funds for poor students' education back home, per the Fresno Bee on August 10, 2022. "I want kids to know they can make it like I did," he said in an interview. "That's not just a promise, it's power. I think of my own battles to give my kids a shot, and Jalen, at 23, grasped that way sooner than most." From a young talent with big dreams, Jalen Green's now a Rockets cornerstone. But don't let stats fool you. His success isn't just raw skill, it's grit, fight, and an endless drive to rise. The new leader of the Houston Rockets. Right now, Jalen's the fire guiding the Houston Rockets. As of late March 2025, he's averaging 21.5 points per game, with a jaw-dropping 43% from three-point range this month, per Sports Illustrated on March 26, 2025. Those aren't just dry numbers. They're proof of a doubted kid maturing into the team's irreplaceable backbone. This season's not just a personal breakout. It's Jalen's leap as a leader. In January 2025, he torched the Memphis Grizzlies for 42 points on 72.2% shooting, a performance rivaling Rockets legend Hakeem Olajuwon per The Athletic on January 14, 2025. But Jalen's not just a scorer anymore. Under coach Ime Udoka, he's leveled up, sharper defense, smarter passes, and a bigger role in team play. The Rockets sit fourth in the West at 34-21, and Jalen's the heart of that run. Still, the 22-year-old's not resting. Next goal? His first All-Star nod. He told Why Toby? On February 19, 2025, "I think I should be there, but there's still time ahead." With his current form, it's no pipe dream. Jalen's seizing every moment, every practice to prove his worth before his rookie deal wraps. He knows this isn't just a good season, it's a launch pad to join the NBA's elite. But court success is only half his life. Off it, he's busy fathering 2 kids, a massive responsibility for a young player still building his career. Balancing family and NBA pressure ain't easy, but if one thing's clear about Jalen Green, it's that he never backs down from a challenge. Lastly, we're not liable for any interpretation or use of this video's content. Viewers should judge, verify, and take it selectively. I truly thank you for watching. Stories like Jalen Green's aren't just inspiring, they remind us of our own fights for dreams. If you found this worthwhile, hit like to support me. It means a ton. Share it with friends, family. Who knows, they might need a boost today. And if you want to explore more amazing journeys with me, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks from the bottom of my heart.